I do want to do, put a break in there. This is gonna be weird because that YouTube video is gonna end with and what I do want to do, and then it's just gonna be fun. I am not putting I have not put very much effort into like making cohesive, like good endings for my YouTube videos, or good beginnings too, like just sort of like start and end, which like someday I'm gonna get better at. I also don't have little logo screens and like ending like a lot of people do. Maybe one day, if I can never figure out like a logo that I want to do, which I can never figure that out. So like I've been basically just procrastinating until I figure that side out. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do, as a player, I want to quit the game. So quitting the game. All right. Quitting the game, I think, is gonna be pretty easy. It's just gonna be us leaving the room. So what does that mean? So we have a couple things here. So we're obviously gonna have to have some kind of like button. So create, let's see. We would need like a quit game button somewhere. When we click the button, clicking the button, well, I guess like that might be. How about Zilby sitting at my shoulder for the logo? Okay, so the logo is me, and then like on my shoulder is Zilby. If anybody knows any artists that can do that and make it look good, I would be happy to commission for them for that. And Zilby meowing code. Oh, Zilby is Copilot telling me what to write. That could be good. Or Zilby just judging my code. That could also be good. Zilby, you doing okay? Hi. Zilby. Hi. Gonna check on him really quickly. He's doing fine. I don't think he's overdosed. I read that it's not possible for cats to overdose. Also, like, they don't have to eat it or consume it. It's just smelling it is like what, like the thing that gets them, which is like crazy because I always thought that it was eating it, because that's like for the parallel thing that we all think about for catnip or Silvervine, is like, oh, eating it after it's been activated is what does it for us. Apparently not so for cats. It's just smelling it. That's all they need. Okay, so we need to create the quit the game button. After we create the quit game button, we need to wire it up to the store. Then we need to send the quit message to the back end. then remove the player from the game in a back end. And then probably not that, but just like, or send the new game state to the clients. Basically just like, yeah, we just need to tell the clients, hey, this player has been removed. And I think that's it. Oh, and then we should also player who quit should go back to the main menu. There you go. All right, so this is our plan for this one. Should be like, this is all fairly small stuff. I may not even come back to this as we do it, but it's good for me to like think about what we want to do. Okay, so create the game, the quit game button. Where do we want to create this? I'm thinking we can just put this up here in this top. I don't know if there's any good places other than this to put them. So let's find something up here. So this is in like the top bar. So we have these action items and we have the room code. Okay, so we're gonna want like something to quit, like a button to quit. Do we have a button? We have a custom button, okay. So we're probably gonna want that. Let's import. Actually, I think I can just use it, right? So I want to do a div slot equals items. This is probably true if we have a room code. So, okay, so v if. Okay, so if we have a room code, okay, close our div down, and then this is where we're going to do our custom button. That, and I can't remember how this works. I think, is it just a slot? Can I just do this? Like, quit. What? What? Okay, you completely failed in that. So we have props, components, components. This is going to be our custom button here. So when we join a game, I do not see that. We need to go into custom button to sort of like try to figure out how it's being used. Oh, it's a label. Okay, so it needs a label. So instead of something like that, we're going to do a label. Just have quit. Property method quit is not defined in the instance, but referenced during. Oh, wait. Not that. Just that. Okay, so here's quit. Awesome. Okay, this actually looks good already on its own. All right, so we have this. We have the create the quit game button. Yo, what's going on? Now we want to wire this up to the store. Also, like, if we're not in here, so if I just refresh really quickly, it doesn't show. It only shows when we're in the room. Okay, so that's good. Wire it up to the store. So we should be able to get an event, just a click event on this. And if I remember correctly, our top bar is just an app. So we're just gonna have to go one step up. So in top bar, for Hue, we'll just do a, an at, come on, at, click equals handle, handle quit. Okay. Then we need some methods. Okay, so handle quit. Not exactly like that. Interesting though. Okay, so for handle quit, no, we're not gonna do anything like that. Eventually, we'll eventually get there. For right now, we would just want to bubble up the event. So it's gonna be this dot event, this dot emit. That we're quitting, yes. With not $2 signs. Okay, then we're gonna go into app. And that's this top bar right here. Okay, so on quit, we're going to handle quit. Okay, so in this case, I want to now dispatch that we're quitting. Okay, then we're going to go into index. And we're going to just have a quit. So I don't have this yet. Let's just console log. Quitting. All right, so then this should work. Quitting. Okay, so perfect. This let's see. We now have you. We've wired it up to the store. Okay, sending the message to the back end. Okay, so now okay, we need the player ID. So let's go to the back end now. Now we're gonna do actions, and we'll just have quit. I think just quit is fine. Okay, so we're gonna go to main states. And we can just have a function handle quit. We'll have the message be this custom message. Yes, we return the result. Okay. Let's now go up and wire this up in our match. Okay, so handle quit. Okay. So I guess one thing we didn't I didn't really do this in the order that I had set it in. We do need to send this message. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we're going to do a just quit, WebSocket, room ID, and player ID. I think that's all I need. So const message, okay, message builder, set action quit, room ID, player ID, build, and then send it off. I think that is absolutely correct. So we're going to head back into index, and we're just going to send that out. So API to quit, WebSocket, and then we also need state. So state that WebSocket, state that room code, state that player ID. Perfect. Okay, so in the back end here, why can't I save you? It's trying to save and it's trying to get actions from ESLint and Rust Analyzer. Rust Analyzer, of course. I restart that and I'm able to save again. I was thinking like maybe this time it was ESLint, but no, it was Rust Analyzer. Okay, so we have this message coming in. So we should now send the quit message to the backend. We can verify that with a debug with this message. So we come out here and then we hit quit, and here we go. We have quit, the room ID, and the player ID. Perfect. Okay, remove the player from the game in the back end. Remove the player from the game in the back end. What should we do with their cards? That's something I hadn't really thought about. I think for their cards, they should just go into the discard pile. That's probably what should just happen. So okay. We want to open up main state. We're gonna get the room first. So same thing here. So we grab the room out, and in the room, we're going to tell the room like a player is quitting and pass in that player ID. So we go to room. I don't know if we need to do anything with the player itself. We're probably just going to delete it. Delete the player. Or maybe not. We still have the WebSocket, so that would be fine. I don't know. I guess like we're going to remove it from there. There won't be any references anymore, so it'll be removed from memory. So that'll probably be fine. Okay, so we're going to function remove player by ID. Okay, I do not need to return you. Okay, so remove player ID. We are gonna first have to find this player. So we have to find the index of the player. Now we can do something like a fold. But I think it might be do something like player index equals none. So let's just like set it to be none. And then at the end, if we can't find this player, then we'll like handle that. So then we're going to mute, we're going to loop through the players, which close, but not exactly what I like to do. Oh, okay. You figured out my pattern. For index and player, you don't really know how Rust works. Like it's really close, but that's not exactly how it works. It's like for index index player in self dot. Okay, so self dot players. Okay, so we can iter, but then we have to enumerate. That gives us the index and a player. Okay. If the player ID is equal to the player ID, I actually want to do the opposite. So if player.id is not equal to player ID, then I want to continue. There we go. All right, so we found this player. So player index is gonna have to be equal to sum. So player index is gonna be equal to sum of index, okay? Then we set the player index so we can now go to remove it from the vector later. I also want to get all of the cards in their hand. So I think we have access to that. So if we look at player here, we have hand, which is just a vective card. So if I just make this public, now I have access to that entire hand. I want to loop through each card, and we're going to add it to the discard pile. So now discard pile, so I have a vector of this. Can I just concat them together? I want to do self dot discard deck dot, so concat oh no, wait, that's not what I want. Concat is wrong. It's like combine. Okay, there's append. Moves all elements of other into self, leaving other empty. Okay, so I go in vec2. Oh, ooh, okay. This works. So I want to append. So I want to do append. And then the other is going to be the player.hand. I suppose to do this properly, you need to be mutable. So you need to be iter mute. We can clone this. Wait. What are you really on about? Expected mutable reference. Found. Oh, okay. So you just need to be this. The reference to the hand. Okay, so then we're going to go and do that. Okay, so you become into the discard deck. We're going to send the discard tech back up to the play, like to all the players as part of this. So that should be fine. Then, so we've removed their cards. We've added them to the discard tech. We got their index. I think we're good. So we can now break at this point. Which means now we can remove them from this. So we can remove the player from here. So that's going to be self dot players dot, I think it's just remove. And then the index, which is, so we can only do this if we have a player index. So if let some player index, so close, but no, we're just gonna do that. Remove you. Okay. And then we need to send a message to everyone in the room that this player has been removed. But I think we're just like starting off with this, right? We're just removing you. So the players. Okay, so remove player by ID. Okay, so this is going to be our... Oh, it's not saying as a type. No. We want to do message dot data dot get player ID. There we go. That's what we do. Okay, so that should work. So at this point in time, we should be able to debug the room. Okay, so I have 5 cards in my hand. If I quit now, we should see this message pop up. So what do we got? Okay, so here's we have no players anymore, so that's good. We have a draw deck. Okay, discard a deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 cards in a discard deck. Okay, perfect. So we removed the player from the game in the back end. Nice. Okay, so send the new game state to the clients. So now we're going to send in room here. We remove the player by ID. So message to all players. This seems about right. So we can start with you. Set action. Player left room in session. That actually would probably make sense. But so set action. The action is going to be quit. You, okay. We can set the player ID, absolutely. And oh, we need to set the draw deck. So, no, not the deck. Set the discard pile, and then this is going to be self dot discard deck. I think, yeah, that's it. I think we have to clone you. Then I think we can build. Expected struct. Okay. To owned you. Then we broadcast to the room. Okay, so let's we should be able to see this in the front end now. Okay. Create a game. I'm going to quit. Oh, found stir. Room 218. You take a player ID, which is a string. You're a stir, but I too owned it. That should totally work, right? Let's just restart that. We have 2 cards in here. Oh, you're not. Okay, so move player by ID. So that happens in here. Which then, okay, this should send back up. So broadcast to room. All players. I didn't see quit happen here. In our index, handle WebSocket messages. So we do have this console log message after we get it back out. So we should see quit come in here. Wait, did we not set the action? Did we forget to set the action? No, I think we did. We did. Yeah, set actions. Action is quit. Then we build it and we send it out. Okay, so right. I should, okay, so we saw create game. Nothing errors there. No error here. Am I not sending that down? Oh, I thought I was. You are sending that down. So index. Yeah, so in quit, we're sending this down here like that. All right, so let's trace this. That goes back to main state. Main state should handle this quit. We had a debug that was running before, so we saw that that was happening. Then we have this remove player by ID. And we did debug at the end, so we debugged the room after this was done. That seems that it should work. So self the broadcast room, this should also work. Message to all players. Oh, is it because we're no longer in the room that we no longer get the message? Oh, hold on. We're just testing this wrong. We have to have both of these up. Okay, hold on, let's try this again. Okay, so we're in here. We'll take 3 things and then we quit. Here's quit. And we can see we have 3 items in the discard pile, so we can see what these were. And we can see the player ID that quit. Okay, perfect. So that it is actually working correctly. So we're setting that, and then clients update their game state, and then players who quit go back to the main menu. Okay, so clients update their game state. So what really happened here? When a client left, we find that player by ID. So okay, we're gonna want like a handle and handle quit. So handle quit. We're gonna want a commit and a message data. That is absolutely correct. So what do we want to do here? Let's find the player. So we can set the message for like, hey, this player quit. That'll be fine. We can, in fact, even in the back end, set this message. Ooh, we can set a message here. So let like the text message equals, I think we're gonna have to do format left the room. Oh, that is nice, except I don't want player ID. We're gonna remove it. We no longer have access to the player. Let's do like player name. So you're gonna start with none also. Then here, before we remove you, we're gonna say player name is equal to self.players, a player index. Oh, not unwrap in there. Close. Self.players of player index dot name. And a sum. Like that. So then down here, we're going to do a format. Our format is left big room. And you are going to be player name, unwrap. Yeah, actually, that is exactly it. So then here, we're going to set a message. Set message, and this is just a reference to the text message. Okay. I guess, okay. We'll clone the name here. All right, back to you. Okay, so we have message, so we can set our message. So first of all, we'll do a commit set message to message data dot message. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is we want to reset the set the discard pile. So commit discard pile, and then this is the message data discard pile. Okay. And then we want to remove the player. Selective duplicate. Hello. You're so frustrated right now. Has anyone faced a weird bug where there are two nested for loops and the inner for loop is not even accessed? Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. Yeah, that can be really frustrating. If you're in a browser, you can step through the code. So there's a really cool thing that you can do in let's see, where I don't necessarily have one here. Tubinio, hello. What am I doing? We are building a deck of cards simulator here, and right now we're writing codes to allow a player to quit the game. But it's basically just like a very basic deck of card simulator. So we could join. We're in here. We can take cards. We can discard cards. We can make them visible to other players. Oh, it's Rust, by the way. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. So it's not JavaScript. For Rust, if you have your debugger set and you can step through the code, then you can like inspect the variables. I've not done that myself. So it's probably best to just do like a debug. And then just like inspect to see like, hey, why isn't you're getting like, why aren't you able to see, access the inner loop? It's probably just something isn't what you think it is. That's always what happens to me. It's like there's something isn't set or whatever I think that it is. Okay, so we do that. So we set the discard pile. Then we have to, find the player. I guess we should just like remove. We'll have a remove player by ID. So player by ID, state and player ID here. So let's get, so we have the other players equals the state, then updated other players equals other players that filter player, return player ID. I mean, you started strong and now, well, actually, no, it is not equal to. That is actually correct. Because if it is equal to it, then I would keep it. So, okay, it's not equal to. I keep on thinking of like retain, which is like something I like in Rust, but I can't do in JavaScript. And then view.state, other players, up to, okay, let's do it. There you go. Okay, so remove player by ID. Then we're gonna do commit, remove player by ID, message data, player ID. Okay, so let's see if this works. All right, so here we go. We have 3 cards in a discard pile. We're going to quit from here. And okay, action quit. Expected, oh wait. I forgot to update our lookup table to handle the quit. 3 cards in here. We quit. That player goes away. We now have 3 cards in our discard pile, and we can play as expected. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Now, if you like hit reset and you join in again, so like third person comes in, and this is gonna be 7282. You're just in here, and you can start taking cards as before. So awesome. And then everything is sort of like as expected. Okay, so that's the plants update their game state. So that's true. Then the player who quit should go back to the main menu. So when we quit, what do we want to do? So when we leave the room, our WebSocket should still stay here. But our room code we should reset. I think that's the biggest thing, is that we should leave the room. So we should have a mutation of like leave room. So we'll have state. Room code null. Okay. Then down here, when we quit, let's also have a commit. And we're going to commit the room. Oh, and I guess we don't have to do anything there. It's just going to be that. You can have a message also. Left room. Create the room. Other, we're gonna join 2263. Okay. Join you. We're all playing. Then you quit. Those two again there. We're here now, and we can say like, hey, we're actually, I wanted to change my name. I didn't want to be other. 63. So I come back in, and now I'm in here, and we can just continue playing. This is not right. Okay, so when we quit, we also need to reset other players to be just, yeah, we need to. Leave room. Oh, reset other players. Do we have something like that? Set other players. Okay. All right, so we're both in here playing. Quit. Join. 3614. I want to see third. I see this other person. Wait. My hand needed to be reset too. Okay, so then I need to be able to set a reset hand. Just set hand. Okay. I quit. Third, join. 541. Join here. Okay. I don't have a hand. I can pull new cards. Make them visible. Make these visible. We can discard. Okay, so everything is looking good. We got that other bug there that we need to fix, but send chat messages. Okay, so then you quit again. Fourth. We need to reset chat. And then I think that's pretty much it. We just need to reset chat. I think we have a mutation for. We have an @chat message. It's just like clear chat. Is it chat messages? It is. Okay. Nice. So clear chat. Quit. Okay. I think this will be the last time through this. Okay, so take some cards. High, low. Then you quit. Okay, joined. You see that? I joined the room. See that comes in here. Do all that stuff. Everything is still working. Okay. All right. I think we're good here. So player who quit goes back to the main menu. So that is, as a player, I want to quit the game. That took like about almost an hour, but not too bad. So now it's all these like little quality of life little fixes, things we need to do. So, what I want to do really quickly, well, before I do anything else, let's go ahead and we'll check everything. Let's see. You're all good here. You're just all these other linting problems we need to fix. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit this up. So this is the front end. Players can now quit the game. Okay, and then the back end. Handling players quitting the game. All right.